You know, this is something people do, right? Like, they film themselves making the coffee, and then they're like, oh shoot, how do I do this with one hand, actually? Like that. Oh, I don't think it's closed all the way. Oh, this is embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Oh no. Welcome! Okay, this is like my third attempt. Damn, are we never... Well, I guess that's all we're getting. That's all the decoration we're getting, I guess. We're on a budget, people. So imagine my absolute disgust and fury and upsettedness when I opened the videos at last. And half of my head is cut off in the opening. Oh. I don't think we're centered, are we? Maybe that's worse. We keep going, I guess. Hooray. Okay. Hi. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I had a script in my head before. I need to start writing these down. Excuse me. Alright. Hi. My name is Jeffrey. As of today is October 15th. I am 25 years old. Hooray. Why am I starting this journey? I am starting this journey to hold myself a little bit accountable. I've never stuck to a project. And I don't know, I think maybe having somewhere to put these... Is that annoying? Do you hear how annoying that sounds? God, what was I saying? God, okay. Hi. This is gonna take some getting used to, I think. Bear with me on this. I'm begging you. What is my goal with this? My goal, I think I just said it. I'm restating my question and re-answering. And then on the flip side, hopefully, connecting with somebody who is doing the same thing that I'm doing and into it. It's so awkward talking to nobody. It's pretty weird, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there is a high potential that nobody is ever going to see all of this, but me. I feel like this will be something nice for me to at least look back on, and I can remember my times, I guess. Something I want to talk about is, I guess, my journey with writing. I started writing when I was about 13. I remember we had this like free period after lunch, and we all just literally sat there. I don't remember what this class was. It wasn't called study hall, but it was basically a study hall. Me being very, very good at school, instead of doing homework, I decided one day to just write a little story in my notebook. It was a horror story because I had just watched a new horror movie the night before. Yeah, I'm normal. So most of my writings after that were just like me retelling horror films and horror stories that I really liked in my own little way. From there, I kinda did Wattpad, but like nothing I did was really Wattpad-ish, if that makes sense. You know, I was trying to write my little scary stories and my little drama stories, and everyone else was interested in being kidnapped by One Direction. I wonder what happened to those girlies, actually. I'm very curious about that now. Yeah, so from there, didn't really get too into Wattpad, but I ended up finding this other little community that was writing, I don't know if we can call them novels, because everyone was kind of seeing them as like fake TV shows. It's very weird. It's a very weird piece of my lore that I will have to go like very deep into at some point. After that community had disbanded, what had happened was I ended up writing for myself more often, or at least trying to. I ended up writing a couple of first drafts that I haven't really looked back on because honestly, I'm a little bit afraid. And what I realized was that a lot of them were just like writing to impress that group of people still, like be like, see, I can do more than can you please go find something to do? I can do more than the same old that we were doing in that little 10-person community. Yeah. So much cat hair just went everywhere. Done a couple drafts, but as of recently, I went through this really, really interesting time, and I realized, depression. I'm trying to come out of it. It's going well. I should say that much. It's going very well these days. I'm looking forward to bigger and better. Sorry, I'm gonna take my foot out of the... Nobody wants that. Not for free. Jeffrey, stop it. Oh my god. I feel like you can see how uncomfortable I am, because is it obvious? I think it's obvious. So I'm trying to better myself, and one of the things I want to do to better myself is to finally finish a project. I want to actually edit the project. I do not want it to just sit in my Google Doc. I want to stop using my Google Docs because I have so many untitled documents and they just sit there and I never look at them again. I'm hoping I can hold myself more accountable. I can rewatch in the future and be like, oh, look at that. You haven't changed a bit. What else do I talk about? Oh my. I didn't have it in landscape. That was gonna be horrible. Okay, so, I don't know what that was. So, what is the plan for today? It is about, that clock is wrong. I don't know what time it is right now, but I am going to go out and do some shopping and run some errands. I am going to clean the apartment a little bit. I'm going to try to properly, I don't know if I want to say outline because I've never been good with like plans and stuff like that. I want to recollect all my ideas for this new project that I have in mind. I am calling it Operation Mamba. Operation Mamba. Oh my god, that's so funny to say. See, this is another thing. I want to get more comfortable with talking about my writing in general, because I don't talk about it. And that's something that I feel like, I don't know, I always act like I'm not interesting, and it's kind of just like, I'm always just like, well, writing is interesting. And I was talking about my book. Should I call it a book? I think I should. So I think I'm gonna work on that today, getting like the pieces of the story together, because I have ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but I'm trying to figure out pretty much everything because I technically don't know what genre I want it to be. Mostly because I have to look at what genres even are again, because here's the thing. So here's the thing. I have always been a horror writer, or at least horror adjacent. So I've always stuck with that, so I've never really thought too much about genre outside of that. It's always been like something supernatural, something slasher based. I was very into splatter for a while. That was a pretty messed up time, actually. I've been a horror writer. This one might be a little bit science fiction, adventure. There's gonna be romance. There's always romance. I love romance. I think a romance keeps it grounded, but that's just me. I just like to believe in love. The idea I have for it is sort of like, what was it? I watched Thunderbolts fairly recently, and then my algorithm keeps on showing me Thunderbolts clips because of it. And I don't know, I really liked the sort of like found family sort of aspect. I liked that interpretation of like depression and grief and stuff like that. I'm reading Pride and Prejudice. That's been a really, really fun time, actually. I haven't read in a while because, you know, depression. This is the first time I've read in like a really long time, and I really like it. I don't know if anything from that is really going to translate too much. It's been nice to read something just to like get past the doom scrolling. That's another reason I want to start doing this. I want to have something to do outside of just scrolling through my algorithms. I think that covers most of it. I will try, I don't know, I'll probably do like an editor's note or something if I feel like I need to explain anything else. we will get to work. That was weird. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. Oh my god. Oh. All right, smoke break. Let's go. That was violent. Okay. I think that's too low. Hi. So, yeah, I just got back. I got home. I got some Starbucks. I got a chai latte with oat milk. Very good. I quite like. Oh, and here's Mimi. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna get started on cleaning, and then we're gonna get right to fucking writing. Let's do that. This is like a good time to like talk about just why I'm deciding to do this, because I was just thinking about it as I was doing dishes. I almost just knocked something over. Oh my god, I did it again. That is a horrible place for that. Someone should move that. No, but so part of the reason why I wanted to start doing this is because one of the things I kind of always have been worried about was just getting over this thing that I have with myself lately, where I'm just, I don't want to talk about my writing. I don't want to talk about this, that, or the other thing, because who's really going to be interested, you know? But it's also just like, I don't know that nobody's going to be interested, so I'm never gonna know until I just fucking try. So I was like, okay, well, why not try it? Even at the end of the day, if I'm the only one watching this back, if I'm the only one that watches this video back like 10 years from now, I think I'm at peace with that, you know? I'm gonna do it for me. I'm not gonna do it for everyone else. I think that's a good reason. And that's the same thing I feel about my storytelling. I'm not going to do it for everyone else. I'm just going to do it for myself. Why not? You know? Damn. Oh, craft. Because, yeah, this is the entire thing, too. Is just like, I wanted... This is kind of going to encourage me to try different things, I think. I've always just kind of, like, been a pantser. I've always just, like, written whatever feels, like, fun in the moment. And then it started getting like way too serious for me, because then I'm thinking, oh no, this isn't, I'm writing for other people. That was the entire thing, yeah. So I lost some joy in writing. So I don't know, I just kind of want to try, it's just like, okay, I think I need to try different things, that's all. And yeah, I think this will help me out. So I think, I wrote down like a summary of like an idea of what I wanted for a plot. I think I'm gonna write down an outline or something based off of that. Probably add more detail. Figure out my character list. I have a lot of characters that I was going to use, which is just how I work. That's kind of one of the things that I want to go with too, because I used to have big casts of characters for my weird little stories, and that was always fun. But then eventually I cut it down to like focusing on very few people, which was also fun. It was easier to keep track of. I feel like I keep holding myself back, so that's one of my new things, which is also why I started doing this. I heard this piece of advice about just like not holding yourself back anymore when it comes to writing, because just like if you're editing in the moment and just being like editing in the sense of like mentally just like trying to perfect everything before you even get words down. So I want to just like do it for myself. I just want to, let's go all in. Let's not hold back. That's why I'm doing this as well, because I don't want to hold myself back anymore. Well, now I'm upset. Were these the glasses I was wearing before? Oh god. I have 2 pairs of glasses. I took my other ones off and I don't really know why. Started thinking about it as I was eating. I figure I'll just go ahead and start with the outline and just get that, like, because I'm not trying to put it off, is basically where I'm at. And if I work on the playlist for it first, or the mood board first, I am not going to do the outline at all. I also figure this is a good time to show off my desk. It's just a little simple desk. It's still a little bit cluttered, but I think it's pretty nice. I like this little sand turner thing. And then I have a little hourglass and a little clock here. It keeps me from checking my phone too often. And then this is the newest edition, Are You Holding Back? Motivator for me, because half the time I am holding back. I'm holding back from this. And yeah, that's basically my little way of stopping myself from holding back. Because even like I mentioned it before, just how I have a big cast of characters. I need to pull out my chair so I can sit down. Oh, I pulled it out too far. Oh no, hold on. Guys, why am I so chaotic? Why is everything a mess? But so I wanted it to be, so where was I going? Holding back. So I hold back from a lot of things in my life, I think. And especially when it comes to writing, I've been holding back hardcore. If I think that I'm doing too much, I'll be able to see that right there. And I'll know, like, hey, just do it. Who cares? Who cares? Just open up the Scrivener, Jeffrey. Open it up. I don't know how I'm gonna go about this, honestly, though. Just because I'm like, how much am I gonna share? How much is actually need to know? Oh, man. I'm holding back. No holding back. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. So I opened up my Scrivener. That's good for me. Hooray. We're already making great progress. I don't know. I feel like every time I see someone show off their Scrivener, it's like very glamorous and very beautiful, and I don't know how to do that. It's fine. I like simple. I like the simple stuff. So I just went ahead and separated mine very simply. So there's the title, Operation Black Mamba. We are not focusing. Why are we not focusing? What's going on? Okay. So I just did the draft. There's only one file here, Mitch Meets Glory. That's going to be the first scene that I do. The characters, the outline, and the trash bin are all empty. I'm going to go ahead and start filling out the outline section at the very least, and then start breaking down the characters and the ideas I have for them. I'm unsure if I want to, how much I'm going to show. I'm unsure, just because I'm holding back again. I can't focus on two things at once, not right now. Then to start a timer for like an hour or so and just gun it, just go for it. Yeah. Should I talk about the project a little bit? I feel like I'm gonna write it down first. I'm gonna write down the outline and then I'll regroup. Does that sound good? Is that okay? Yeah, I think that's fine. We did it! So how did that go? You know what, honestly, I feel pretty good. I feel overall really, really good. So I ended up writing on this little page 2,852 words, which is not bad, I don't think. I don't know what other people do, but I'm not trying to I'm trying to stop comparing myself to other people. So I ended up outlining 35 chapters, all using my original summary. I ended up adding a few extra things too, so that's pretty cool because, again, like I said, I just really don't want to hold back anymore. I just want to keep on keeping on. That was a thing we used to say, right? That's crazy. Oh, but so I wrote out the outline, but then I also got to writing down some other stuff within the document. So I wrote about the tone. I wrote about the genre, which I just kind of just wrote what the vibe is, because I still am really unsure what exactly this story genre is going to be. So I wrote that it was like an adventure style story with sci-fi elements, horror sprinkled in, a little bit of romance. You always need romance. Kind of, sometimes, maybe. But so, and then I wrote about like what the tone I wanted was. Found family vibe, like a ragtag team of misfits with clashing personalities, a little bit of spy thriller, over-the-top action, because I love over-the-top action. Hints of like just enemies to friends, enemies to lovers. Again, romance. You need the romance. I feel like I sound fucking ridiculous, actually. I wrote down this blurb because I wrote it down in my notebook the other day. And it was just basically the message to remind myself what the story is supposed to be about. And it says, life fucking sucks. But maybe it won't always. Maybe there's hope. Maybe there's still good people. Maybe there are... My gosh, you don't need constant attention. She likes to scratch at my bed, so she's not allowed in here. Anyway, maybe there's still good people. People who are lonely like you. People who are struggling and wanting better for themselves. And maybe the struggle never stops. But maybe you don't have to do it by yourself. And maybe together, it doesn't have to be struggling. It can just be living. Wait, I like that pitch. Oh man. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with how this went, I think. I think now I'm just unsure about, because I don't think I'm gonna get to actual writing today. I think planning and prepping myself for doing this is like the best that I can possibly do for now to keep my sanity. We will see how I feel later on in the day. I'm pretty proud of what I did, I think. Maybe I'll start setting up like that playlist and a Pinterest board and all that. Would that be fun? I think that'd be fun. Yeah. Okay. I'm just like getting a little bit in thought right now because I'm opening up Spotify on here because I'm using my phone to record, so you know I prefer using Spotify on the phone, but we will make do. I don't know. Yeah, I'm also just thinking about just like in general, just kind of everything, you know. Admittedly, I'm very, very nervous to like put this video all together, just because, yeah, I'm holding back. I don't know. I'm just kind of nervous, just because it's like, I don't know. It's just a different experience for me, I guess. So I'm kind of like, oh man, what if people see it? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if people see it? Like, are they gonna like it? Are they gonna be interested? Is anybody going to really care? But you know, I'm thinking about the what ifs before I've even gotten to the what part of it. I don't know. It's kind of exciting as well, just because I don't know. Potentially, if someone did watch this, you know, there's a chance they'd like it. There's a chance they'd be interested in knowing what I'm about to be writing about. I'm trying to think of a song too. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this is about to be a very interesting experience. And I'm excited. But I'm also just nervous. Because then it's even just like just talking about my writing and stuff, I think I mentioned it before, it's just like such a new experience for me. And I've never really talked about it before. And then on top of it, I feel like everyone who's done like the sort of authortube sort of thing, I feel like, again, I'm comparing myself to them. I feel like I'm not necessarily in a different realm per se, but I feel like everyone's like very soft and cozy vibes, and like everyone looks so organized and stuff and all that. And so I'm just like, oh damn, I feel like I'm gonna be an imposter in here, you know? But no, I feel like I need to just do it, I think. Oh man. Oh no. But yeah, I don't know, I'm a little bit like nervous about it, just because I'm like, oh, I feel like I sound like such a boy. Because I'm talking about like action and shit, and then I'm like thinking, oh damn, I feel like if I describe it, people are gonna probably be like, this sounds like a Marvel movie or something, you know what I mean? So it's like, ooh, oh my. I'm excited. I am excited. And then I think I said it before too, it's just like, literally the worst possible case scenario is that like nobody watches this, and I look back in like 10 years and I'm like, hey, that was pretty cool. And then I can hopefully, you know, I've finished this project and I can be like, that's really cool. I don't know, you know? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. What kind of songs am I even feeling for this? Oh my. Uh-oh. Because I feel like this is gonna be super boring, so I don't think I want to film me like just sitting here looking at songs in silence. So I'll get back to you guys on this. Okay? Oh god. What did I expect to happen, actually? I ended up creating a Pinterest mood board and a Spotify playlist, and I think that's pretty good effort today. I might still end up doing some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to share my progress, but I feel like I have hit the limit of what I can record myself doing for today. I'm still getting used to like the idea of talking to potentially nobody, which is interesting. But I do want to say that if you did end up watching this and you've made it to this point in time, I want to say thank you. I hope this wasn't horrible. Oh, I'm gonna be cringing the entire time I edit this. I already know it. Oh, jeez. If you did make it this far, please, by all means, let me know what you're working on in the comments. I'd love to hear about what you are working on if you are a fellow writer like me, or if you are, I don't know, a playlist maker. I'd love to know what you are working on. Maybe we can make it not struggling together. Does that make sense? Was that English? I think so. I think it's time to cut it before I keep on rambling and nothing makes sense anymore. And I hope to see you again real soon. Au revoir. I'm not ending it like that. Goodbye.